Today it's old versus new. The tried and true champion, the new guy with all the technology and appointments to make it sing. Which one would you pick up? Stick around, see which one you like better. So, siblings, cousins, what would you really call two guitars this similar but from different companies that are from the same parents? It's kind of like having a step sibling, I guess. You got one that's just like mom and dad, and one that's just like mom with a little bit of dad. You know, like I say, bottom line is, this is a 2014 Explorer. This one is one of the 120th anniversary 94 model or 2014 models. So it is not really vintage, but also not really new either. The step sibling is the Epiphone Prophecy Extura model. So anyway, this one is just has a little bit of appointments. You know, ebony fretboard with the exclusive inlays, the Fishman Fluence pickups that can be coil split and have their tone changed, a little more upgraded visuals versus the plain black and white. But you know, black and white, never really a bad combination. So what do they do and how do they sound? What can this guy do that this guy can't do better? Stick around and find out. It's probably a product of the generation that I am from, easily influenced by the 80s and 90s metal bands. But every time I pick up certain guitar shapes, certain things just instinctively come out. It's just iconic that certain sounds and certain things just come out of certain guitars. It's like it's meant to be there. Pardon me, I haven't played that song in a long time. But anyway, the question is, can the new kid on the block keep up? So, the Prophecy is set up with the pickups in PAF. If I turn them back to the Fluence normal settings, that's the more modern sound, you get on that front pickup. Middle setting. And the bridge. I just feel like this particular setting, which is PAF, captures it right. So, that is its trick. Let's see how both of them handle some crunch. So this one, I want to point out, has recently gone through a little rewiring. This guy was set to where the pickups were wired with this in the back where bridge was up and neck was down. So I went in and fixed that. So we are back to having neck and bridge positions and then middle, because that was really awkward to have to try to think about that in a different way, because that's not right. So anyway, bottom line, a few things. I'm actually in the process of getting the correct knobs for this, because these guys do not appear to be factory. So Gibson is shipping some new ones to us. But anyway, like I say, just this guitar just screams certain types of music, and playing Metallica is one of those types of music that you just feel like you've got to do. But how does the new kid handle it? Let's find out. Let's try that whole thing again in the modern setting. I really like this guitar. And I know I might be biased because I like 24 fret guitars. I think they're cool. I think even the Fender models that occasionally come out that are 24 frets are just cooler than the 22 fret siblings that they have. And I recognize that the guitar itself is made in China, and I recognize that the modern pickups do tricks that the old guitar can't do. So I recognize that even with an active setup on it, it is definitely more guitar than the Explorer is. And I like this guitar a lot, especially with locking tuners on it. But there is something about the Explorer that just feels right. And even though it doesn't do all the cool tricks, and even though it doesn't have all the nifty modern conveniences, and even though it doesn't do everything, it's 7 years old instead of 7 weeks old, there's just something about it that feels good in your hands, and I don't know that I can express that in anything other than it just feels right. So, which one would you pick up? Would you choose Old Reliable or the new Hotness? There's something to be said about a sharp tool that just does what it's supposed to do. And yeah, like I say, I recognize the Epiphone has all the cool tricks. He does all the new tricks that everybody has learned over the last 20-something years of their trek from cheap Chinese guitar to viable, giggable, marketable player instrument. But for me, it's always going to be the Explorer, because there's just something that feels right about it being in your hand. And, you know, somebody once said, it's like an old pair of shoes. It just feels good every time you put them on. And even though this guitar's seen some age and been through some stories, something about it just feels right when it's in your hand. So, which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments. Till next time.